Hi guys, back again. Going to continue the night with the Norfolk Reed float. Still got the goose quill varnishing or lacquering in the kitchen, much to the missus' delight, I can assure you. So carry on with this just to give us a wee something to do. I took the liberty, well, you remember I done this wee bit the other night, prepared it, cut it, light sanding on the main shaft, chamfered the edges, top and bottom. Took the liberty just to cut down a bit of time tonight of preparing the other sections, so I've got them all lying out in front of me here so that I don't bore you too much. What I'm going to do tonight is show you how I'll put it together, show you the glue I use, and we'll start the whipping for the whole float, and then show you the tip, round off the tip, and we'll get it all ready for a bit of lacquering. So let's get started. The main bit, the main shaft that we made, this is going to be the kind of main body of the float, if you like. Now, cut other sections. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the tip and the stem. I'm going to glue them all together. This is the glue I use. It's quite a new glue from Gorilla. Again, being in the trade, I use a lot of different types of glue and different things. This one I find brilliant because of this wee word here, gel. Brilliant. It's a super glue, but it's a gel consistency rather than a liquid. When you're putting it in the opening in the stem here, it tends to stick, which is brilliant. Round about the rim, it doesn't, like normal, if you've ever used liquid super glue, it just runs right down anything you put it on. It's very, very runny. I've also got, they do the normal glue as well. That's good for a nice tight fit where you're in and out quick. That's good stuff as well. I'm going to use the gel because it gives you a wee bit of room for playing about. So what I'm going to do, put a bit of glue around this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, I hope so. Basically, what I like to do, cut the wee blobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, if a couple's 4. Hope you can see that. Then the first part, this is going to be the tip of the float, or towards the tip. I've filed it down, got it ready, in and a slight twist. Now you want to be quite quick because it does go off pretty quick. That's one. I've got another one, and then the tip. So just check if it fits and all right. Not bad. That'll go in like that. Now, for aesthetics, I think it's better if you have that and that equal length, and then the tip will go in the end. So, try and glue that in, and try and get them equal. So, I'll cut the wee blobs. Goes in like that. Another small section of cane, reed, sorry, in and twist and down to the same length. Simple as that. Now that's chamfered there, chamfered there, chamfered at this point. So let them set up a wee bit. Only takes 15 seconds or so. I mean, I could probably set them off already. What we'll do, we'll put a bit in at the bottom. Now again, going in the bottom end, what's going to be the bottom end of the float, so that'll fit in here, like so. Because it's the stem at the bottom, I'll make it a wee bit shorter, you'll see why in a minute. So, same thing, glue, wee bit around the edges. What I will say, if you're using super glue, be very careful, because I don't know how many times I've had to go and literally cut bits of reed and cane and feather especially off my fingers, because it does set very fast. So in, slight twist just to coat the full section. Oh, nearly glued my fingers to it. Yeah, something like that. Okay, what I've done, I'm going to fit an eye to the bottom of this one. Sometimes you just use a peg if you use your silicone adapters and things. So I've made a small hardwood peg. If any of you have seen my floats on my Facebook page and things, I like to, this is a new thing I've started doing, is tapering the end of the peg. Used to be used like that on the old hardcork floats, and I've kind of adopted it because I quite like the look at the end. So I'll go ahead and glue that in. That's just a 4mm hardwood dowel. Buy it actually in packs of 100 or 50, and they look like that. 190mm long, hardwood, nice and strong, solid stuff, great for stems and such like, good for tips as well. So, bit of glue in the hole, and then stem in, give it a wee roll round, tighten it up. So that's the bottom. This is where the eye will go. So I'm going to put the tip in. Now what I've got for the tip is actually a bit of Sarkanda reed, or Sarakanda reed, or however you pronounce it. Another bit of reed. Great stuff. Again, very strong over its length. This is about 2.5 inches long, nearly 3 inches. Very strong. But this also has a waxy membrane on the outside, so I'll just give it a light, very light rub with a bit of 120 grit paper. Take the dust off. A bit at the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to make this one quite a long tip. Make it maybe that length, and then what we'll do is we'll make it like a float. We'll put some black and white bands on it that can maybe use it for a lift method. So again, bit of glue in the end, bit of excess, that in there. I'm going to take that into a bit there, and that basically doesn't look much just now, but that's the float as it stands. Approximately 7 inches long. I would imagine would take about 3 or 4 AAA shot, maybe about 4 grams. So what I'll do, now that I've got them all together, I'll take it, the glue sets, as I say, pretty fast. I want to just smooth off these steps a wee bit more, so try and find a bit of paper, bit of 240 grit sandpaper. I don't want to, as I said the last time, you don't want to take really any of the patination off the float, because this is a pretty nice bit of reed. So very lightly, using my finger, up and down, over the steps, nice and lightly, and just turning at the same time. This will just smooth off any wee bumps in preparation for the whipping. There we go, and at the bottom too. I'll just give that body another wee rub. No real matter. Just gently turning all the time. There we go. Wee rub down. Now, tip. The reed obviously where I've cut it. The tip here is square. You want that a kind of dome shape. So back to the 120 and just very lightly just form a dome on the top of that. Finish off with 240. There we have that ready for whipping. So again, I took the liberty of preparing an eye, ready to go. I think I showed you how to make them, or how I make them anyway. So on the stem, pinch it, and then because I taper these, I like to just give it a wee squeeze with the nails and bring it in like that, ready to whip. So I'm now using the sulky thread, Gutterman sulky thread, a wee bit heavier. So, oops. And what I like to do at this part here is make sure the eye is down tight to the bottom of the stem. You don't need a gap, and the more gap there is, the more chance of weakness in the eye actually coming off. So start the whip, trap the thread under it, and away we go. Because this is a nice round straight float, I can probably just twist it like that all the way up. Just make sure nice and steady, keep your threads tight together. Looks much better once it's varnished or lacquered. Now, it looks a bit squint there, the eye, but I can straighten that up in a wee minute. Try not to overlap your threads. Now I'm coming to the end of the legs, so ease off a wee bit in the pressure. And then down you go and onto the stem. Now we're going to try to trim off the tag end. Throw that way over it. And up to the end of the taper. What I'll do, I'll put a wee bit of spiral on this, just by way of decoration. Bring it down square again and round. Now, we come up to the step. What I'll do, I'll try and show you nice and easy. Again, when you come to the step, just ease off on the pressure a wee bit and just let it slide up the taper. Should go like that. Once you get to the top, back on with the pressure with this hand, this one. Bring that around. I'm going to give it a wee spiral there again, just to break it. Not very straight. That's better. And then back round to the square. And same again for the step. Just ease off the pressure a wee bit, just to get it over the lip. Takes a bit of practice, but you get used to it. Just keep it nice and tight with the thumb. There we go, to the end of just up to the end of the taper. So I'll catch that with my finger. I'll put on, tuck in my draw thread, remember the draw thread? Catch that with the thumb, oh sorry, catch that with the thumb there. Bring that thread over to trap it. And then with this thread, because it's a bit heavier, I'll give it 3 turns. So 1, 2, 3. Trim off the spool. Through the loop, oh sorry, through the loop. Always holding it again with this finger. catch that with that finger and pull through there. Now you'll see that there's a bit gaps just here. With the thumbnail, just tease it up. To the knife, cut it off flush. Now the eye, all I can do with that, the tweezers in there, and just gently shape it to where I want. That looks a wee bit straighter. I won't do the very tip because I'm going to paint that. But what I'll do, I'll start for this one. Now I'm going to start the whip about two millimetres away from the taper. Bring it around, trap it again. And what I'll do, and I'll cut that tag end off just now. Hope you can see this. Tag end off. Now I'm just going to put a small whip on this. I'm not going to go all the way down. I'll do it two separate ones. It's a wee bit more pleasing to the eye. And I'll do that. I'll put a draw thread on it. Dropped. 1, 2, 3. Off. Through the wee loop. Just catch it. And then pull that. Very gentle tighten up. And again, just push all that up nice and tight. Try and get it quite square, and trim that off, and I'll do one more on this other step. Same again, up the lip, just tighten them up a wee touch. Right, now draw thread on there. One, two, three. Open that loop up a wee bit, and then through the loop, catch that, catch your two tails, pull it through the loop. Tighten it back up, and then trim that off. So basically that's it. Could put a wee bit of decoration on. I think I will. I've got a roll of, a spool of red here, nice bright flame red. I'm just going to put another wee tipping on it. Just put that in there. I'll just make this a small tipping. So 3 turns. Trim off the tag. Draw thread in, and another 3 turns. 1, 2, 3. Snip. Through the loop. can see that there's a bit of gap on the red thread there. So again, just tease it up with a thumbnail. And then turn it off. I'll put one more at the tip here. You always want to work away from your whipping. If you put that on there rather than working towards it, means you can get it nice and tight on the first couple of turns. 1, 2, 3. Snip the tag off. Draw thread. 1, 2, 3. Through the loop. Tighten that. Just doing this wee bit quickly because I think these are getting bored now. So turn that off. And that's it ready to paint the tip. Now what I'll do, I won't bore you with a bit of painting, but I'll paint the tip from this section, from the last step, right to the end. I'll give that a couple of coats undercoat, and then we'll go on to the last bit next time. Right guys, thanks for watching.